Carrie.
Hi.
Thank you, and welcome to Talking with Deja Blaise. Thank you for making it today. I know you have a lot happening.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the invite.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so I want to, because we've known each other for a little bit through other means of careers, which have nothing to do with acting.
Yeah.
So I want to know a little bit about what your acting trajectory has been like. But we'll start at the beginning. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Richmond, Virginia. I kind of lived all on the East Coast, so Virginia, D.C., Baltimore, New York, like just kind of bounced around the East Coast. And I even lived in the South, from Mississippi to Tennessee to North Carolina,
Nice.
Detroit. My mom was a single parent mom, and then basically when we were younger, we used to travel a lot, not because of like, oh, let's go on a vacation, but because like she was trying to figure out where we should be planted.
Yeah. And then from there, then how did you, I guess, get the acting bug? Well, did it start there?
Yeah,
No?
it kind of started. So when I was younger, I was really poor, and like I said, my mom was a single parent mom, and we didn't have a lot of stuff. We didn't have like all of our clothes were hand-me-downs or from thrift stores or something that somebody bought us, and we would obviously cherish that.
Yeah.
So for me, when I was poor, watching TV was an outlet for me. I would watch these stories of what I could be or what I could become.
Yeah.
And then as I grew older, I started mentoring like kids when I was like 12 that was younger than me, that I saw was also in like poverty situations and stuff. And just encouraging them and then telling them part of my story of what happened to me the first few years.
Yeah.
And I think that was the first part of storytelling. And then I got that bug of like, oh my God, I want to help people escape as they watch TV and see what they possibly could become, or, that life is bigger than just the street that they live on, or bigger than the neighborhood that they live within.
Right. So that was where you wanted to start, but did you actually start?
Actually, I was like approached by one of those people in malls that like all the kids are, and like,
nice.
You could be a model or you could be an actress or whatever, you know. And someone was like, oh yeah, you should come in, and they convinced me, and I wanted to be an actress. Like, Mom, please, please, please. And Mom's like, okay. So they get in and they try to convince you and say it's gonna be $20,000 to become an actress or a model or whatever.
Oh.
And then my mom's like, we don't have $20,000. We ain't got $100.
Right.
And I was like, no, my life, Mom, please just borrow the money, whatever you have to do.
Yeah, like what were you paying for? Like what was $20,000?
Girl, it was one of those like bonanza schools that people somehow get trapped into and pay for, like John Casablanca or something.
Yeah.
Don't want to mention too many names, but you get my point. Like I say, stay away from those schools because those schools are not real. They're not true. And like,
and be careful.
Absolutely. If an agent wants you, they're gonna take you on and tell you to get headshots, maybe build your resume and stuff. But they're not gonna have you pay them.
Right.
That's not how it works. They pay you. They help you book jobs. They take 10% or 20%.
Yeah, when you're actually booking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I did some plays when I was in elementary and middle school. I also did like a voiceover for Skippy Peanut Butter commercial.
Oh, nice.
It was through like something with that agency. We told them we didn't have money. They had an opportunity for an audition, and then that was like my first like little gig.
Oh, nice.
And then
And how old were you then?
That's a good question. I was probably between 10 and 13.
Okay.
So I don't even remember.
Yeah.
Like, it was so much happened in my life. I'd be forgetting the years sometimes.
Yeah, between 10 and
Yeah, so.
Okay, so then from there, when you went to college, did you pursue acting then as well?
Yeah, so when I went to college, that was the other thing. Like, people also, you're going to have haters in your life. No, I'm lying. You're going to have people that really just don't believe in, like, this whole dream fantasy that you can become an actress. So they're going to be like, no, you should actually go to a career where you can actually make money or this or that. So when I was in high school, I went through the Youth About Business program. You know this, but everybody doesn't know this. But it totally changed my life. I also not only got the acting bug, but I also got the entrepreneurial bug when I was younger. So, like, I would outsell anybody in a fundraiser. Like, because we didn't have much, I was like, you know what? If I know I can sell 100 of these candy bars and get a free pizza party, and I also can get a certificate to like Dave & Buster's or whatever we went to back then, I was like, I'm gonna sell 100 and two. Exactly. So I was like, dang, I'm a really good salesperson. I don't know if I said I was a salesperson back then, but I was like, I'm good at selling.
Right.
So then I started selling. Like, me and my sister made up plans how to sell everything from lemonade. We made fruit baskets during the holiday time, girl.
Wow.
We tried to make money because we didn't have no money.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So I was like, split between do I go and do my acting thing
Mhm.
and move to Atlanta, because at the time I decided to go to school at the University of Memphis in Tennessee. I ran track and cross country for them. So
Nice. Yeah.
I also had the ability to run, and I like needed a way to fund school. So I did that.
Yeah.
It was great. I ended up getting injured 2.5 years in. I quit that, but I did theater on the side. So I took some theater classes and took some acting classes at local places in the Memphis area.
Yeah.
And then I even got casted in a couple of things. I don't even know what happened to them, truthfully.
You mean like a couple like little films? Or
Little
theater?
films, yeah.
Oh,
and
nice.
even a couple theater things. Like, I did a few things here and there, but I don't think anybody knew I was serious. And I don't think I had the confidence to tell people, like, I wanted to be an actress, because people believe it's like this make-believe thing, like, oh, you want to be an actress.
Right. Like, it seems so unattainable.
Exactly. Like, no, it's not unattainable. Don't let the world convince you that.
I know. That's what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
The possibilities and it coming to fruition.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, we're going to make this, because I know this is really long so far, but after my second year, I think it was sophomore year, I decided to go to Atlanta. I was like, I'm going to be a big actress this summer.
Yeah.
I had an internship at Kimberly-Clark at the time,
Nice.
working for healthcare.
Yeah.
So they were already putting me up, and they were paying me good money.
Wow,
So I was like,
yeah.
I'm going to just like try to get the acting thing on the
Parlay it.
side.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you got to do what you got to do. So I had, I remember I had got this job. I didn't know it was background then, because I didn't even know what backgrounds the extras really was.
Yeah.
And then it was an extra thing on single ladies, and then it was really cool. It was like, oh, okay, I love single ladies, you know? And then I met one of my best friends I have today, which is Denisha Gillespie, and she's out in Atlanta now working on Avengers.
Nice.
Yeah, but she had said, what did she say? Oh, we were like, oh my god, we're so excited to be on set, blah, blah, blah. We're just like, I think this is our like first actual set.
Yeah.
And we realized that we're grown adults, you know?
No, I understand that.
Yeah. And then somebody didn't show up, and they said, who can read these lines? And I was like, oh, I can. Like, everybody's holding their hands. So, yeah, then it was opportunity to, like, read some lines.
Yeah.
It was, like, Stacey Dash, Lisa Ray, all of them there. I remember I was, like, playing an assistant on, like, one of their scenes, and then I got to come in the shop. And I was, like, an extra, like, at first initially. Then I got, like, bumped up. And you know what? I don't even know whatever happened, because, truthfully, I never saw that episode. It's crazy how life turns. And I didn't even know that was considered like a co-star, what that was.
Because
you know?
you bumped up and it was still new for you.
Exactly. It was so new that I was just kind of living in the moment. I was like, oh, this is so cool. Like, awesome. I got to check on set. Exactly. I was just ecstatic. And then life continued to go on, and I was like, I knew I still wanted to be an actress, but I also still wanted to do business stuff. And I said, I was studying economics at the time with a focus on international trade and learning Mandarin Chinese. And I was like planning on going to Europe like the next year to like learn more about international econ. And I still did that. So I ended up going to Europe, girl.
Nice.
I just did it all. I just said, and I think another thing is like, I was like, I can have it all. I believe like I can have it all in my mind.
Exactly what your passions are. Pursue them and see which one you really want to follow.
Yeah, see what happens, you know? So all the people are like, get a real job, this and that. You know, like, focus on something that's more attainable. Like, you could do acting, blah, blah, blah. So to make it long story super short, I went to Europe, the most amazing time. I still saw some acting gigs over there while I was studying economics.
Oh, nice.
And I got a little taste of what it was like in Europe. I liked it, had fun, loved the culture. I was in London, France, Germany. I even went across in a train to Spain.
Nice.
And then came back to America, was in school, like in college for a few more months, decided to go over to China for a year to like before I ended out college. And this is all within 4 years. I know it sounds like much longer maybe.
So you're still in school in China, like doing study abroad?
Exactly, doing study abroad. I started teaching English on the side. I started modeling on the side, making money. China's a good place to make money.
Nice.
They love black people. They really do. I love Chinese people. That's like my second home. I love Chinese people. And Chinese people love me. Yeah.
It's mutual.
It is, yeah. And I learned Chinese fluently, Mandarin, and
oh, that's amazing.
It is. It was fascinating, and I just like fell in love Fell in love with a guy there.
Wow.
Got my heart broke first there. Lord Jesus.
Oh dear.
A lot of things. Did some acting on site. I did a Nike commercial there.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So that was a great experience.
It was fascinating. So my passion was still, I wanted to be an actress.
Yeah.
But I also was like, other side is like, I want to be like this influential business person. But who says you can't have two? Because I'm Carrie Bernans, going to be the next Jessica Alba, having like an amazing acting career, and then doing like a company like Honey that's a multi-billion-dollar company.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. Making it happen. So
exactly.
So from there, what was the next move then? Because when you started working, didn't you start working?
I did. So I came back, graduated college within a few months. I ended up getting married to another guy that I was actually dating kind of partially while within these 4 years.
Yeah.
But then I didn't date him, and then I fell in love with this other guy.
Yeah.
And then he broke my heart. Then I came back.
Yeah.
And then I got married. Crazy, I know. But it happens. It's life, and you just go with it.
Right. Yeah.
And
you
then
can do everything. You can get everything done.
Exactly. You just gotta be like, yes, 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 yes.
Right.
Really? Okay. Yes. You know. And then what happened?
So you got married and then you started working.
I worked on a startup actually. And then the guy I was working, because I was like, oh shit, I had 7 different job offers when I graduated college. Because I also spoke, at that time, like 6 languages. And I knew them really well. Now, I still speak those 6 languages, but they're not all that good.
Because I need so much.
Exactly.
That's still amazing.
Yeah, thank you. And I turned all these offers down, and they were good too, but I was like, oh, on the entrepreneur side, I was like, do the startup.
Yeah.
And then I started doing the startup, and then all of a sudden, one of our programmers and tech people, he's from India, his dad had passed away, he had to go back. And I called all the companies hey, do you guys want me back? I need a job.
Yeah.
And then Kimberly Clark said, hey, we can take you.
Nice.
So then I moved to Wisconsin, worked for Kimberly Clark.
Yeah, Wisconsin.
Exactly. Middle of nowhere, no black people at all. 1% black people, literally.
Yeah.
Whenever we saw black people, we'd be like, hi, nice to see you. It was really interesting, right? And then I lived there with my husband, and then I was working in Toronto as well, and I still had the acting thing. It was I'm working a lot of hours. I was outperforming everybody, and I couldn't move up.
Right.
And they were like, oh, you gotta wait a year and a half. I'm like, a year and a half? What do you mean a year and a half?
Yeah.
I'm doing, you check mark. You said, I'm over advanced or whatever the thing was. And then I was like, you know what? Oh, then I also had a situation with, I got a leg burn injury, which is a whole nother story.
Oh, yes, I remember. Yeah.
So then I was like, you know what? Kimberly Clark, you've been good to me, but you don't want to promote me up, then I'm going to make my own way.
Yeah.
So NBA called me on the other line and said, hey, you want to work for us? And I was like, what's up, NBA, Cleveland Cavaliers? Sure, I'll work for you guys. Pay increase, basketball, whole new set of arena.
And you guys moved to Ohio.
Yeah, and I'm moving to Ohio.
Yeah.
And then that was interesting. It was great, amazing. But then I was working anywhere from 50 to 70 hours a week, going to all these basketball games, sometimes traveling with a team and with just a lot of stuff. It was just a lot of an element. And I was like, you know what? If I'm going to put 50 to 70 hours a week in, I want to do something I'm super passionate about.
Right.
Money doesn't even matter at this point. I want to make sure that I don't die saying, what if?
Yeah, you want to be fulfilled.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So then at the time, my husband, it was a year in with the Cavs, and my husband was like, I told him, I want to move to LA because I really now want to chase my acting dream.
Yeah.
He was like, what? I told you, remember a while ago, I told you I wanted to be an actress, you know? And I still was doing acting things, and even in Cleveland, I was like, I'm gonna start chasing my acting thing 6 months before I told him I wanted to move to LA. And I got my headshots, I got, into some more acting classes, and I was doing good. I started going on commercials, I started booking stuff, booked a short film, booked a feature film, all within Cleveland. And then I started traveling for bigger auditions, going to Atlanta.
Went to New York.
Yeah, New York. Yeah. I went to New York and met another good best friend of mine, Jen Hamer, there, doing a Alicia Keys project with Ulysses Torres was the casting director, which is also a cool friend of mine. And then I also went and I had a callback for the Tupac movie. I thought I was gonna be in that movie, y'all. And I wasn't in the movie, but it's okay.
Yeah.
It's another one to come, you know?
It was meant to be.
Things happen. Exactly.
Yeah.
It wasn't meant for me, because if I was in that movie, I probably wouldn't be in LA right now. I probably wouldn't have done the Black Panther film, Luke Cage, any of this, you know?
Which we'll get to, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then I told him. I was like, babe, I want to move. He's like, what? Like, we just moved to Cleveland a year ago. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, Chris, that's God showed me vividly, baby, in a dream. If we move to LA, like, everything's going to line up. Your job, you're going to get paid $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 more than you make. And he was like, what? I'm like, I'm telling you, God showed me. I was like, he showed me, like, I'm willing to take my money, our savings or whatever, but I've been stacking up for us on the side. And I'll put 2.5 months rent down on a place for us to stay, and then we'll figure out everything else.
Yeah.
And
just to note, your husband seems like he is like ride or die, because he's been moving to all these places.
Thank you. I mean, I know.
I'm applauding him.
I probably underestimated him.
Really investing and supporting.
I know. I feel so bad, because sometimes I feel like I'm a really bad wife, because I'd be like, why don't you want to move? And he's like, and you're right. You know what? I applaud my husband.
Yeah.
He's an amazing man, and sometimes I really probably like, I'm a lot to deal with. You know, I'm a lot of energy, and I'm a lot.
You're an artist.
Yes, I'm an artist. So you're right. That man is good.
Yeah, this is great. Like, you named like 3 different cities already, and I'm like, wow.
I know this.
Yeah, he's down.
He is.
But that's good that you have that support, so that you can continue to pursue your dream as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I agree. And we've both been at points where I made more money, and then he made more money, and we've been at like those interesting things. And he wanted to chase his dreams initially, and you know, be a professional basketball player. But she was doing really well. He played for Notre Dame, and he went to a private Christian school, and all of that. And he didn't want to go and chase his dream because he felt like he was getting too old. But he's only 2 years older than me.
Yeah.
And I was like, babe, you're not. But he's like, I don't want to do it. I'm like, well, I'm going to chase my dream.
Yeah.
Are you cool with that? And he was cool with that. So thank God. Hallelujah.
Yes, you found someone who can be there with you.
Exactly.
Because it's a hustle. It's a process. And it requires things like moving to be able to pursue things and make sure you're in the right city at the right time for that.
Absolutely.
So, okay, so then you moved to LA.
Yeah, so we moved to LA. I kind of gave him ultimatums that, babe, you want to have a long distance relationship or you want to move? And that was probably really horrible of me back then when I think about it. But thank God.
Yeah.
He was like, he didn't know I was super serious until like the week before my birthday. I had submitted to a lot of agencies, like blind submitting. I had this agency, GDO artist agency, that was like, hey, we want to bring you in for a meeting.
Yeah.
Like, we're really interested in you. Came in for a meeting. They decided to sign me. I flew in. I stayed in a hostel. I was like, yeah, I live in LA. Blah, blah, blah. And they're like, you got it.
Make it till you make it.
Hell yeah, do what you gotta do. And then they signed me, and I was like, babe, oh my God, this agency signed me. My life's gonna change. It doesn't happen that quick, obviously. But he was like, okay, well, I was like, I'm moving to LA next week. We're gonna move.
Wow.
He was like, what? And I was like, yes, I told you I wanted to move. And I think he didn't know I was that serious until all that happened.
Right.
And he's like, I moved the next week, and it was the day before my birthday, February 10th of 2016, actually, because it'd be 2018, it'd be 2 years. Yeah. And then he moved the week later.
Nice.
In the U-Haul, bringing all of our stuff. He packed up our little tiny apartment and cleaned it. I love my husband.
It's so beautiful.
I know. And it's crazy because I remember still yelling at him even during it. I felt so bad.
In retrospect, because in the moment, I'm guessing you were feeling really driven. You were like, I just have to do this.
I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? We gotta go.
Yeah.
And he's probably like, I gotta clean all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. I was like,
he's like, I need time to think. I need to figure this out.
I know. I'm like, no time for thinking. Let's move.
So was he able, I guess you had already left Kimberly-Clark at that point. So you
I already left Kimberly-Clark, already left the NBA.
in the NBA, and you were ready now to be able to be open to other opportunities. So you were able to move a week later.
Yeah.
Okay, and was he able to, I guess, get things together himself to do that?
Yeah. I mean, he didn't really like his job then anyway.
Okay.
And I said, babe, I already had a dream. You're going to make more money. You just got to trust and believe.
Right.
And that was God. As soon as he got here, I was helping him too. Sometimes you got to help your husband.
Teamwork.
Exactly. So I started submitting him to all the jobs online. I was like, Indeed.com, apply, apply. And girl, he started getting all these interviews. And I think his second or third interview was with a company that actually had someone from his country which was Latvia, working for the company, which never happens because Latvia is like 2.1 million people. For them to be in LA, right near us, one of the jobs he applied to is like a miracle.
Yeah, it was kismet.
Exactly. And then they offer him a job, and girl, it was like 20, 30, 40,000. It was within that range higher. And I was like, I told you, God, it's real.
Yes, that's amazing.
Yeah, I was like, babe, just trust me. God put me in your life for a reason, you know? I love you, you know?
I have your best interest.
Exactly. And doors just started opening up. In my first year in LA, I was submitting to everything from LA Casting, Actors Access, like jobs that paid $25 a day to jobs that paid $10,000 a day. You know?
Work against work.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And I like booked, in that year, I know I booked 40 to 60 projects.
Nice.
And, I mean, I music videos, print jobs, I did like 5 background jobs that year. But most stuff is like student films, short films, wherever I could get it.
Whatever opportunities.
Yeah, and I learned so much. And I would always leave the audition knowing I was fresh and I was really new. And I was taking acting classes too. I was investing my money, I went to Beverly Hills Playhouse, I went to Groundlings, I went to UCB, I went to like all these different studios trying to learn.
Right.
And skill. Exactly. And I would leave the auditions I didn't think I did really well. And I'd be like, you know what, guys, thank you so much for the opportunity.
Right, I appreciate the time.
I was like, you know, I hope that audition was good. But if it wasn't, you never know. There may be another room for another opportunity for me in the future. So please keep my resume. It was such a pleasure. You know, I would leave like, hey, I know it may not have been good, but I don't want to put myself at jeopardy for losing other opportunities.
Right.
Just think about me.
Yeah.
Like, leave on a good note, and you never know what happened because end of that year and the beginning of this year, people started calling me from like old auditions that I did.
Really?
Like, hey, you came in for this this audition. We never gave you a call back, but I have this other project I think you'll be great for. And those doors start opening, and people start referring you to other jobs.
Right.
And the casting directors are going to start liking you because now, instead of looking at you, looking at them like, hey, give me that job, I'm so desperate. It's like, hey, I wanted to make a friend with you first and you know, develop that relationship.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. So then, so at this point you have representation, and now you...
I did, and that's the other thing. My representation, I thought would send me out. Like, I thought I was going to be famous by then, you know?
A working actor.
With the perception of, like, I'm going to be a working actor. I have an agent. Things are going to be amazing.
Right.
No. It doesn't happen like that right away, people. It doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe 1 out of every billion people.
Yeah, it's rare, but you have to work. It takes time.
Absolutely. So my agent sent me out to like 7 things, like within like the first 6-7 months, and I was like, why is this so slow? Because I didn't think it was supposed to be this slow.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm getting out all these opportunities of my own. I even booked a Union commercial, got Taft-Hartley on a Ford motor car commercial that I got for myself.
Yeah.
Within like 6 months, like I was setting goals and hitting them. Like I'm also a big visionary person, so I write the vision, make it plain, like the back of 2 and 2 says in the Bible, because I'm Christian, I really love God.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, this is vision, and I would like post it up everywhere. Then I remind myself, this is what I want. Like by May, I want to be union because I want to make more money. By this time, I want to do this. By this time, I want to do this. You know. And I was hitting it, and I was like, you know what? I want to do agency, and then. Agency I was actually talking to back in Atlanta when I had went for that single ladies thing. Yeah. I signed up for it, didn't know what the agent was back then, and then all of a sudden they came back in retrospect and it was like, hey, we're moving to LA. Nice. Like we want to make somebody a star basically. Yes. Like we want to bring in our roster, blah blah blah. I know I said yes back then too. But the short story of that is that agency sent me out to like 4 auditions. Now my niece that had moved to LA at the time was like 4. They sent her to a million auditions.
Oh, maybe they just had a better.
Market maybe for like the ethnically ambiguous, cute little kid that would make you laughing. But then for me, it wasn't really hitting. You know. But it didn't stop me. I like said, you know what? I need to figure out a way to break the wall. You know. So that's how I got into stunts.
So from there then, did you start going out more? Because the opportunities you were presented. Because I think at any stage, an actor should be working, like honing your skills, taking classes. You know, where you're working in tandem with your representation, so you're both being able to move toward getting other goals. I mean, getting other opportunities. So when you got new representation, I'm assuming.
Yeah, new representation. I didn't go out that much more. Maybe 4 more, and I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Something's got to give, you know? And I started looking for other representation and had other people interested in signing me. Eventually, I did sign on with, a manager at the time, which I really love. Me and her, unfortunately, had like a little situation. I think maybe we could work together in the future, but she actually got me some bigger auditions that I went in for stuff like The Shy with Lena Waithe.
Yeah.
Now me and Lena are also good friends. I love you, Lena. She's my girl.
Yeah.
And I made connections with other big people. So I started going in for bigger auditions and really expanding myself. And then also getting to the stunt world too.
Yes. Because that's another area that allowed you other bigger opportunities.
Absolutely. So
tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So I forgot. Okay, so I actually went to this stunt class and I paid like a lot of money for it when I was back in Atlanta, and I was like $500, but nothing happened, like nothing went anywhere. Then I went to this other stunt class when I moved to LA that wasn't as much, and long story short, I did the stunt class, and then all of a sudden I was like, okay, where's the stunt jobs? Where's the stunt jobs? They're not here. And all of a sudden I was like, okay, gave up. Like 2 months later, went to the SAG thing, found out, met this stunt girl, and met like the vice president of SAG, Jane Austen, and she told me about, she's like, you need to go to these classes. And XMA World Headquarters, which is Extreme Martial Arts Facility, was one of those classes. So long story short, I was like, okay, sounds good. So I went to one of those classes, which is in North Hollywood.
Yeah.
It was addictive. Mr. Mike Chat, like the instructor there.
Yeah.
Sir Mike Chat, I don't know what they, like his official name, like, you know, karate or martial arts community is. But he changed my life. Not only was it an amazing, like, kick-ass fighting class, and I was, like, learning a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But his, like, he was so, like, he was what I needed at the time of saying, like, stop waiting on your agent for the opportunity, create the opportunity yourself.
Yeah.
Stop doing this and do this. When people tell you you get an opportunity for something, the door opens and closes like a matter of minutes. So, you know, it's just, like, all about meeting people, honing in the craft, this and that.
Yeah.
And, like, my mind started transforming. I was already, like, I was already a hustler, you know?
Yeah,
but it took it up even notches. And then, girl, like, mindset changed there. He told me to get into some stunt, you know, websites. Got a big stunt shop, met an amazing director, Dallas, director of Vengeance, which I did a stunt double job where I fell off the roof backwards. My first ever wire work on set.
Wow.
And then from there, doors just kept opening.
Yeah.
Then that leads me to the next thing I got into. I got called for Luke Cage.
Yes.
One of my favorite shows, and crazy enough, go ahead.
Yeah, so this was for stunt work?
Stunt work.
Okay.
Yes, that actually was stunt and acting. Because I didn't really do that much stunts. I did some more acting. Right. It was like, So, like, doors open.
So how did that opportunity, so tell us about how you got that opportunity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So with Luke Cage, it was seriously from, how did I get that one? Luke Cage was, okay. So I signed up, started signing for all these websites and stuff, and then I had found out, like, where I could get some, like, break down some, like, stunt submissions.
Yeah.
And then I just started submitting to, like, different stunt coordinators, like, hey, I'm Carrie Bernans, Black actress.
Yes.
If you need another Black stunt woman or actress, I'm your girl. You know, like, sending them these random emails.
Yeah.
People were like, hey, reply back, oh, thanks, keep you in mind, thanks, keep you in mind.
Right.
Never know what happens, you know. A few weeks later, I get a text at 6 o'clock in the morning. A text message.
Right.
Text message, you guys. And it says, hey, Carrie, would you like to work on Luke Cage? And I was like, what?
Right.
And taking in mind, like, the day before, I think I pranked my husband, or he pranked me, and I pretended to be somebody else, like, calling in him.
Yeah.
So I was like, are you trying to kid me?
Right.
You know? And then, taking in mind, my husband and I had just finished Luke Cage season 1, like, 4 weeks prior, and that was the episode we watched together. We watched some Netflix shows together, some we don't.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. Somebody just asked, do I want to work on Luke Cage?
Yeah.
He's like, well, is this a real job?
Right.
Like, you don't want to be standing in no background or something. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing no background.
Yeah.
Like, because he knows my year 2. I was like, I'm not doing background.
Right.
Unless
your goals have your...
Exactly. Unless it's commercial and it's, you know, double rate, that's like $700 a day.
And it can lead to another opportunity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh my God. I was like, yes, I would love to to work Luke Cage? Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I replied back. He's like, reply. I was like, I'm not gonna reply.
Right.
And then the guy said, okay, great. Are you available these days? I was like, yes, I'm available.
Okay, so the Luke Cage experience, what was that like?
Amazing. Seriously. It was the most amazing experience ever because first off, I love Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Second off, it's Marvel. Third off, I'm like, thank you, God, you know? And I was like, it was an opportunity that I could come in and work as a stunt person, but also the directors and everyone else can see me and maybe the doors can open up even more, you know?
Right, exactly.
And it was just mind-blowing. It was great.
And with the stunt work, I knew you were still kind of a novice at it. Was that challenging?
You know what? So this was interesting,
Yeah.
because this wasn't like a thing like, oh, here goes the previs, or here goes like what we're gonna do. Is like a director came in and was like, hey, I want you to take this guy out. You two men take this guy out, take this guy out, and walk in and do this. And all right, rehearsal.
Nice.
And I'm like, what in the world?
What does that mean?
Oh my God. I was like, okay, let me act like a pro because I'm a pro. I was like, all right. I was like, yo, I'm going to take you out like this and hit you in the balls, okay?
Okay.
And he's like, okay. And I'm like,
so was he an actor or was he another stunt person?
no, he was another stunt. He's another stunt person.
Yeah.
So it was good. Some people was working with some people,
Right.
thankfully. Woo.
Yeah.
But I was the only girl out of all the guys.
Wow.
So it was real cool. I was like, yeah, fatty girl, you know.
And it helps you to stand out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then we did that, and then the director was like, no, scratch it. I want you to walk in with the main guy, like with the lead actor.
Yeah.
Like, okay. You're going to be his like bad side girl, and
Yeah.
you're going to walk, you know, and this guy's going to walk near you guys, blah, blah, blah. And you guys are going to take these two guys out, and you take him out at the end. And when you walk in, you know, scan the room, walk upstairs, blah, 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 and we'll go from there. So I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I was like, hell yeah, I'll be a badass girl next to this guy. Mustafa, which is a friend of mine now in New York City, what's up? But anyway, so I was like, okay, I'm excited. So I did that. I was like, oh, this is so cool. It was just amazing.
Yeah.
You have your own room and, you know, like I've had my own trailer when I did Vengeance, which was also amazing. And it's just that process of like, I'm a working actor. I'm a working stunt person.
Yes.
And just all those dreams and aspirations, those visions that you've been laying down for yourself, when it finally comes into fruition, you're like, oh my God. I remember when I first got the thing for Luke Cage, I was so afraid. I was like, oh my God, I'm waiting. Like you want to know, like, okay, I got the call sheet. Okay.
It's actually happening.
Yeah, it's actually happening.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that leads me like, because I know a lot of information, but like with the Black Panther thing, it happened in a similar way. I got a phone call.
Yeah.
And
Black Panther was after Luke Cage.
Black Panther was about a month after Luke Cage.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It was like, yeah, and I got put on hold for another show in between that time, so I was like, okay, but that other show kind of fell through, but it was okay.
Yeah.
So then I already found out that they finished wrapping Black Panther.
Yeah.
And they had basically said that the guy called me and said, hey, I got a referral the director got a referral to you for Black Panther.
Yeah.
And I thought he was saying Black Lightning. I didn't know he said Black Panther. And he said, blah, 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 are you available these dates? And I was like, yeah, I'm available. And I was like, what did he say? He was like, okay, the only requirement, like, I said, do I need to go out? He's like, no, just have you done wire work? Because they may need some grads just do wire work too.
Yeah.
And he wanted somebody that was skilled at, like, stunts and maybe possibly acting and is ready to show aggression and all that.
Mix.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And somebody that maybe do wire work. So yeah, I can send you my wire work experience, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, great.
And what had you done wire work on at that point?
At that point, I only did like, honestly, it was only like three different like wire work things. And I did some wire work before. Yeah. Like just more fun stuff. I skydived and I've done a lot of tests of like wire and sky because I'm also like, I'm a very fearless person that loves like altitude. Yeah. I love like jumping and just like exploring life. But I had did some wire work training with Tim Storms. Yeah. Literally like a week before that. And then I did my wire work on Vengeance, which was my first stunt job. And then I did some other stuff in between. But
okay, so you had stunts.
I had some, absolutely. Yeah. So I had some experience. I wasn't the most experienced, no. Yeah. But do what you gotta do.
Yeah, but you had projects that you could show them and say, yes, I have done this
Thankfully,
before.
yes.
Yeah.
Which is important, especially in stunts, because
Right.
safety is a priority.
Exactly.
So I did, I'm trying to remember, sorry, got the call. Oh, the last requirements was I willing to shave my head.
Yeah.
I was like, shave my head? And at the time I had a head full of hair.
Yeah, you had a lot of hair. Like, hair was really long.
Yeah, it was. And I was like, oh my God. And I think at that moment it was like quiet on the call. I was like,
Let's take a second.
yeah. I was like, I'm sure I could do it.
Yeah.
So really, can you guys do a ball cap, something? Can I let you know a little later?
Yeah,
And
you said that?
Yes. Probably was a crazy decision when I think about it. Because then he could be like,
He
oh,
could just
fuck.
gone to somebody else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But thank God he did it.
Yeah.
No, I was like, this is my opportunity.
Yes.
Thank you, God. So long story short, I went to my stunt class. Mike Chad and the rest of the stunt people in the community. Mike was like, I asked him, I said, would you shave your head for a role? And he was like, what's the role? I was like, Black Panther mark. He said, hold up, class. When should Carrie Bernans shave her head for a role? He didn't say it like that, but
Yeah.
he's like, would you shave your head for a job? A big job?
Yeah.
And everybody was like, yeah, I think so, yeah.
It'll grow back. Yeah.
I know, but at the time I was like, I hate it.
Because you know what? We are so connected to our hair. It's such a part of our being
Yeah.
that it's hard to even think about not being with it.
Right.
So I can understand that would be a big decision to make.
Yeah.
Especially if you have to make it like in a short period of time.
Mhm.
And you don't really have time to plan for it. You don't know what to expect afterward.
Absolutely.
But
So- But I did it.
Yes.
He said, yeah. I called the guy and I was like, hey, I'm willing to cut my hair. I changed my mind. Sorry, I was hesitating. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, please, this is my opportunity. I don't want it to leave. Because then it was like, when opportunity door opens, closes, opens,
Right.
like
And
you.
it's so quick.
Exactly. So I was like, the guy said, no worries, we got you. But then at the time, he thought I was an Atlanta local.
Uh-huh.
And I was in LA. And then that was the next biggest thing is like, well, I want to be hired as a distant hire, not as a local, because I want them to fly me down from the hotel and all that. By the grace of God, girl, they flew me out there to Atlanta.
Wait, so you requested it because you told him?
I did. I was like, I'm not a local. I'm not from Atlanta.
Yeah.
I have friends and family there if I have to stay with someone because I really want this job.
Right. Yeah.
But can you put me in as a distant hire? So I was like, I was confident when I asked about it because I was like,
Just try.
you never know what happened, but I also didn't want to risk the opportunity.
Right.
But thank God, God's on the side
Yes.
again. Hallelujah.
And so, did you find out who recommended you for the opportunity?
No, I still don't know. I'm still trying to figure out. I kind of think it might be the people from Black Lightning, so I'm gonna call and ask them.
That is wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm loving this because the thing is, all the effort and time and energy that you put in personally, just kind of blind emailing and calling and just getting opportunities for yourself, it's reaping so many benefits, even with you not even pretty much knowing where it's coming from.
Absolutely.
And that's amazing. That's like a lesson learned, to just keep working.
Keep working even when you don't see the results.
Right.
Keep working even when it looks dark and cloudy and you don't see that somebody's responding to your email or saying you're hired. Or keep going to auditions even when you're not getting the callbacks. Keep going to auditions even when you get the callbacks and being put on hold and you're not booking.
Yeah.
Something's gonna click.
Right.
You just gotta believe it. Something's gonna give.
It's a numbers game. Like, the more
It
you're
is.
doing it, the
Absolutely.
more opportunities that are possible.
You gotta, it's about persistence. It's about like running against the wind even when the wind feels like it's knocking you down, you know?
Yeah. So now you book this job.
Yep.
Now you get to set.
Yep.
Go back and what is that like?
The truth is, first off, I was like, the same thing with luggage. I was like, oh my God, I'm waiting for the travel notice. I'm waiting for my airline. I'm waiting for, like
that's what
do I have my hotel?
happen.
Like, is it actually happening? Oh my God, it's actually happening. Then I'm like, oh my God, my hair's gonna cut off. Oh my God, this is gonna happen. And I'm like, fuck it. I'm on set. Like, I'm thanking God. I'm like, yes. And then it's a lot of new stuff because I'm still new to the stunt community.
Yeah.
I'm still new to learning, and I'm using a bow staff. And at that time, I only used bow staffs like a few times.
Yeah.
So I'm like, good holy moly. It was a lot to learn.
Right. But were you learning on set, or did you kind of like?
Oh no, we had rehearsals, thankfully.
Okay.
And we had amazing people like Aaron Tony, which is an amazing, phenomenal stuntman. We had Janisha Adams, which is also an amazing stunt woman that was helping me. We had Janelle Stevens, which is an amazing stunt woman.
Nice.
We had like all these amazing like people that are kind of veterans and a lot more experience that was willing to help out a lot of the newbies and really make sure we were doing it and drilling me and telling me, stay down, stay in your post. And really tell me to work those cheeks, you know?
Yeah.
And all of that. And it was a lot of work, in all honesty. But it was totally well worth it. At moments I wanted to give up because I felt like it was just a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
But like, I
But
looked
you
at myself
took
in
the
the mirror.
challenge. Yeah, like,
I eat challenges for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
Do you know what my calendar looks like? Do you know all the stuff?
And
like,
these are the good challenges. The ones
Exactly.
that will help you to grow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, it was a lot of stuff and a lot of interesting things and dynamics with people you're working with,
Yeah.
you know? But I have to say, shout out to all the people I work with on Black Panther. They totally changed my life. And I got to work with Ryan Coogler, the most amazing African-American director in his 30s.
Yeah.
Go, Ryan.
Yes.
Go, Ryan.
He's
And
so much
Lisa.
success.
Mm-hmm. The AD, Elisa, was amazing. Costume, everything was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, girl, early call times, 5, 6 a.m.,
Mhm.
working until 6 p.m., 7 p.m.
Yeah.
It was
doing what you love, and that's the thing. It
That's the
doesn't
thing.
feel like
I
work.
know. It didn't feel like work.
Yeah.
I was like, I can stay out here for hours
Right.
working. Like, let me know. I'm excited. I'm
Yes.
thankful.
And
And
I'm sure that enthusiasm shows. Like, people love that you're there and you're happy to be
yeah, absolutely.
there. Right.
Absolutely.
And so, okay, well, what was the day like when you cut your hair? Like, what was that experience?
woo!
Like,
The
when
day
you sat
I
in that
cut my
chair.
hair. God.
I'm assuming you were on set and they
Yeah, I was on set. I was in the trailer. It was the lady. I asked her a million questions. How many years of hair experience do you have? She's like, over 30, baby. I was like,
like, you're
"Right,
okay.
have you cut everybody else's hair bald before? Yes, I have. And it was an emotional moment.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
I was like, man, my hair is about to go. And she's like, do you like me to do it quick, braid it, whatever? And I was like, just cut it.
Yeah.
So she just, like, literally my hair, at that time, I decided to dye my hair like 3 different colors prior to doing it. So I went pink, purple,
Oh my god.
all these colors, blonde. And I remember her going and just shaving the head, and I was like, whoa.
Did you record it?
I did record
Yeah.
it, yeah. I can release it after the movie's out.
Right. Yeah.
But,
the process.
Yeah, but it was
Wow.
It was mind-blowing. It was amazing, though. My hair...
It probably freed you, too, after.
It did. Actually, it wasn't as bad. I mean, I have to admit, like, guys, I don't know how guys do it, because my head was cold as fuck. It was so cold. Like, I could feel all the wind. I could feel everything. And it was interesting, but I was like, imagining I had, like, this big old head. But I was like, dang.
That was another thing I was thinking, because you have a great head.
Thank
for short
you.
hair.
Which, it was a miracle.
But you would never, like, you don't know what it's going to look like until you do it. But
Exactly.
yeah.
I'm like, oh my God.
It works really well with your face.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I know. The post Black Panther, I have been on 6 different series regular auditions
Nice.
in the matter of the last 2 weeks from having this haircut
Yes.
and having this new look.
Yeah.
I have booked commercials. I have booked a film. I booked a short film. I got put on hold for projects.
Yes.
And I've only been on Black Panther from filming it maybe like a little over a month, maybe.
Right.
So
it was a blessing.
It was
because
the
helped
biggest
to
blessing
lead
ever.
to other opportunities.
absolutely, you just never know. You gotta say yes to the opportunity. You have to trust God and have faith and believe that good things are gonna come from it. Obviously, it's Black Panther too, but
Yeah.
I mean, even with the whole thing of tying to your hair, like I think the best thing could have ever happened to me in my career was deciding to let it go. Yeah,
Yeah.
and deciding to just go with it.
Yes.
And now, look, I even have a bigger audition today for an amazing film
Yeah.
that is looking for a girl like my type.
Right.
You know? And
I love that, because you're such a hard worker. So it's like this work that you've been putting in, this time that you've been putting in, it's been so condensed, but you're reaping all the rewards from it, all the benefits from the sacrifice.
thank you.
From moving and having to uproot yourself to starting all over again. And the fact that you even went into stunt work as another way to create more opportunities for yourself, that just lets you know, do as much as you can.
Yeah.
Put yourself diversify in different buckets so that each opportunity can lead to something else. So on Black Panther, did you get a speaking role? Because you did stunt work, but did you get to speak?
So, I mean, Ryan did give us some, like, ad-lib stuff that we could say. So, I mean, we said some words.
Yeah.
And
so you were able to do both.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. It was a crossroad. I got to do some acting. I got to do some stunt work. And the whole thing, too, with, like, even doing stunt work, when you're not doubling someone, you're still acting because you're
Right.
portraying the role of whatever you are.
Exactly.
So I was acting and portraying the role
Right.
of Adore Malaje, being a highly skilled warrior.
And so the name of your character
is Adore Malaje, which is a warrior of the country Wakanda, which is in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm fierce, I'm highly skilled, I'm fighting for the king.
Yes.
You know, I play no games.
Yeah.
When it comes to my sister, or it comes to my king,
Yes.
you know, I'm out there, yeah, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
And God, it was so crazy. It was just amazing, like all the things that you see on sets, from like green screens to like how they set the stage and the dressing of the stage and all
Right.
that come about. It was amazing. And the uniforms we wore, that was like 15 pounds. It was like so heavy.
Right.
And to the shaving of our head every single day. To the
Oh, it was a daily process. Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
hair grows back real fast.
Yeah.
And then from the makeup chair being an hour and a half, to putting the tattoos on our faces,
Oh.
to all of that. I mean, every part of it was an experience.
Yeah.
From the waiting around till they call you and say, we need you for this scene, or need you on this
Yeah.
stage, and second unit, first unit, this, that, and the other.
Right. That's so
It was awesome.
amazing. And so that was a learning experience for you as well.
Oh, it was
in so many different
yeah,
ways.
so much learning. And so much learning, so much growth. So many opportunities has come from just doing that. Obviously, like we were approached by TMZ when we were in the airport on the way back.
Wow.
The bald heads, and people were like,
Who are
did
these
you guys do
people?
Black Panther?
Yeah. Like, who are
There's some
these
people, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
these are not breast cancer survivors. Not that I say anything negative on it, because I respect all the breast cancer survivors and thank God you're alive, you know. But people did think like, are these like cancer patients, or are these like
They had an idea that
Around.
Black Panther was filming.
Yep,
and this is
and
possibly.
somebody knew that they were doing some reshoots, and then it was like possible. Also, somebody did have a Black Panther shirt on one of the
Okay.
girls in the crew,
so
so
an explanation. Yeah.
kind of gave a clue away.
Yeah.
So
That's lovely, and then that led to all these other opportunities that you're taking advantage of now.
absolutely.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap it up, but so right now you've experienced all this wonderful success, and we know a lot of the challenges, but what would you say is the biggest challenge you've faced so far and the biggest success so far?
Absolutely. I do want to say this too. During this process of me doing all these challenges and working all these jobs and getting all these sets, I was driving Uber on the side, and I was still hustling to make money, you know?
Yes.
Because I still contribute to the income. My husband pays like 3/4, I pay 1/4 type of thing. Thankfully, I appreciate him for doing that, but I will still say you gotta hustle, still gotta get your work in. You never know who you may meet, because even some of the opportunities came from people that was in my Uber car.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know. You never know where you meet people.
Right.
You never know what would happen.
Yeah.
But to your question, you said the
Challenge and success. So I guess that would be a challenge, is being able to stay financially viable
Yeah.
while also working and putting that time
absolutely.
and effort.
So yeah, I think that's the biggest challenge, is like, being able to find like the job or the flexibility to be able to work, make money,
Right.
and also chase your dream and do your thing, you
Yeah.
know? Because you gotta be able to make it to auditions, you gotta be able to go to class, you gotta be able to get your work in, but you also gotta be able to support yourself where
Right.
you're not in this position where you are like so desperate to get this job that's gonna pay $1,500 a day, that you come in and it's showing more desperate than showing the role of the character you're portraying.
Yeah.
You know? And also the challenge is also to show, and you're like kind of proving to the world, like, and these casting directors and these other people, that you can do it, but not like showing like you're so desperate enough that if they don't hire you, that they're your last resort.
Right.
You know, so it's just that desperation thing.
Yeah.
And then,
you don't want to bring that into the room.
no, you want to be confident.
Yeah.
By all means, be confident. But
And
then
then
the biggest
success so far.
the biggest success so far is definitely Black Panther.
Yeah.
Black Panther and Luke Cage, and Black Panther has changed my life. I think it's just really like the process of deciding to like cut my hair off and be liberated from my hair, and the freedom that was possessed beyond that,
Right.
and all that being taking place on the set of Black Panther and working on that.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Coming on as a stunt person, but doing just so much more than that. And just the process of it was a transformation for me.
Yeah.
And that was my biggest success, because now it's led to
Other great opportunities.
amazing,
And so, okay, last question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? And when I say that, it doesn't necessarily have to just be acting related. It could be just all around as a human being in the world. Like, what do you see yourself doing?
Oh yeah, absolutely. in 5 years, I'm gonna be an Oscar award-winning actress.
Yes, speak live.
Yes. In 5 years, I'm gonna be so happily married with children.
Yes.
Probably 2 by then. In 5 years, I'm also gonna be living in a beautiful house that has lots of windows because I love windows, and it's gonna be painted white so it can look even bigger and with really amazing furniture. I'm also going to be giving back in extraordinary ways. Like, I give back now. I've been giving since the very beginning, like 18, 16, forever, you know? But I'm planning on doing some type of foundation. Also partnering with my mom with her literacy program.
Nice.
And making sure that we help a lot of kids that need to read, because that's the biggest thing, is that a lot of kids in poverty areas are, like, grade levels behind in reading and literacy.
Yeah.
And the most important thing that you can ever offer a person is to become literate.
Right.
And if you're not literate, you can go to jail basically because you break a law that you don't understand.
Yeah.
You know, you know, I plan on being a superhero in another movie of my own, the principal, the lead.
Yes.
And then also being a black girl James Bond.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So action.
Yeah, action. A lot of action stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind doing some comedy because, you know, your girl's funny. But
by diversifying your work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that sounds like a lot for 5 years, but maybe it doesn't. You know what? Because it's
or even less. Yeah.
It can happen in less than 5 years.
Yeah.
All this stuff I just told you happened in less than 2 years.
Yes. That's the amazing part. Like, all the time and effort you put in, it comes back.
It does.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I plan on doing all this and being debt free. Hallelujah.
Yes, I heard that.
With my Range Rover. Like, anything can happen. I mean, the possibilities are limitless, you know?
Yeah.
Just gotta continue to believe, continue to put in the work, continue just to give it.
Yeah. Well, you've been doing amazing work, and thank you for offering all these words of wisdom, because a lot of people who are watching are going to be actors.
Yeah.
And actors who may or may not know if this makes sense because they can't see what's happening on the other side.
Yeah.
But knowing that you put in the time, you put in the effort, people like you can inspire others to keep going. Because it's going to come to fruition. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah.
So thank you so much
Sure,
for
thank
coming
you.
on the show, and I appreciate all the time you give us.
Absolutely. I appreciate it, Deja, and I wish you much success, and I pray many great things for you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.